Felicitations, my family of fledglings. And ghosts, it's so good to unsee you as well. My name is Damien Holm, a professional disruptor, and I'm late to stream again. Maybe, and hopefully, for the last time. Hi, welcome. Well, 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 Sierra Estelle. And welcome. Your first champion. That means you must protect us all from the impending perils. We are playing the game that Sierra has recommended to us. The last of the mist-likes that exist in our queue of Saturday streams. Here we are. And a Troa. Hello and welcome. Good stuff. Hi, everybody. Welcome on in. I am thoroughly exhausted, by the way. I had a very long and sordid day today and started stream really, really late. I am going to try to give you a full 5-hour show tonight, despite that, because I think even if I get tired and start talking in my sleep while I'm in mid-stream, it could be funny or interesting or educational as to how you shouldn't do so much sleep deprivation like me. It's my goal. And so here's the thing. Last weekend, we had guests from out of state coming to visit, doing a big to-do. We had a big celebratory 2-day incredible thing, and it really made it basically impossible for me to do live streaming. And so I decided, if you're not part of the Discord community and you don't have the right notifications enabled, that this weekend I'm changing the streaming schedule. I am not just streaming yesterday, which we did, and today. I will be streaming tomorrow and the next day. 5-hour streams for each one, as best as I can, as long as I can stay awake, and making it work. We're gonna make it work. We will make it work. We'll have a good time. I miss you guys, and the more engagement I have with my streaming community, the happier I am. I kid you not, it is true. So this is actually a good investment for me. We have played Amerzone so far up to finding this cool flying machine. So we're gonna try to work through this. Oz did give us a little bit of a nudge in a part that we were stuck in. That also, the last time I streamed this, oh my gosh, I was so tired that when we went here into inventory and we started reading all these things, I read one of these books or info bits in here, and I was like, oh my, I don't remember reading this. I was so tired. I was like, did I even actually read this? I feel like I must have read it twice, and just the first time, half of it got into my brain and the other half didn't. I have not been taking notes. I have not been making a map. I have not been writing down things that could actually be a puzzle. That's my bad. I'm doing a bad job at playing a puzzle game. I know how to beat the Myst games. I'm not doing enough in this one just yet, but we'll get there. Yeah. My post-work de-stressor for this whole week, whole work week. Wait, what's your post-week distressor? Me? Just me? Have I been de-stressing you? That, oh my goodness, it's so loud. This is how I got here. I don't want to go into the elevator there. Sometimes I sell myself short, but de-stressing people, I mean, I know I have a certain way of speaking that can be calming and soothing. but I don't necessarily see myself as someone who relieves stress. Sometimes the way that I speak, I can be kind of pedantic, especially if we disagree on something. Like, oh, what's your take on X? And you say this, and I'm like, ha! I thought X too once. That was my take back before I knew stuff. Back before I did some cursory searches on the internet, and I learned otherwise. I used to be like you. And I can get really condescending and controversial and increase your cortisol when you talk to me if we disagree on things. I love debate, but I can turn certain conversations into debate that y'all didn't intend. If I start down that path, you can just say, yo, D, you're a debate bro right now. You're debate broing. Can we not? Can we just be friends? And I'll back off. Once I realize what's going on, I will. Yeah. The after work wind down? Yes, sir, that's you. Oh, that feels I'm honored. Truly honored. You start at 10 and I'm off at 10:15 your time, so it works. Nice. I'm sorry I'm so late tonight. So many reasons. At least now, as far as I can tell, the little and the tiny are absolutely sacked. They are probably unrousable right now. They're so tired. Because we did a lot for them earlier. And I'm working Friday through Monday. Interesting. So you'll see me as your work week decompression. Each day you work, basically. Okay. I don't know what we find necessarily in here besides that thing. I also kind of forget, are we allowed to enter this machine? We cannot grab the gas canister. Maybe it doesn't matter. Could just be there for flavor or fluff. But I do feel like we got inside this thing and it said, hey, you can't ride this until you do X, Y, Z. I don't remember. And maybe we need to remember before things happen. My goodness. What a mess. Is this how you get in the cockpit? Yes, it is. Hi. Teach me your ways. Why are there gears here, but... Oh. Am I missing a control? Schemata? Oh! Some of them went wrong there. So we are missing a key component. Fuel, perhaps? Decompression is the word my brain wanted, but wouldn't provide. I got you. A lot of people have told me I have a very calming and soothing voice. There was a period of my life when I was first picking up guitar. I learned some songs and would just sort of practice them, cycle through, probably like 4 or 5 dozen different songs. So I wouldn't get bored, but I would still get practice. And while I was playing and sometimes singing, I would just put family members out. If I was around anybody, I rarely spent time alone until I moved out on my own. You know, moved out from my family's, from living with my mom. Then I had more personal time, but a lot of the time I was with other people, family, friends, or whatever. And I got used to just, if I wanted to play guitar, if I wanted to practice, if I wanted to sing or whatever, I would think your future audience to me. Yes, you're related to me, or yes, you're a good friend. And if I sing sour, use bad lyrics, or whatever, maybe you won't like me as much, but it's worth the risk. I'll give it a shot. And yeah, I used to really decompress the crap out of people as a result. Make people just pass out hard listening to a little bit of acoustic guitar work. Is there really no other fun clickies in here? It really looks like I should be able to manage so much more. I'm sitting at a dashboard. Doesn't that mean something? Can I come out the other way? Can I go deep in? I guess not. Really changes your view almost every time. And I can't go up that way? That's... I don't know why. And then there's this gear icon. Who knows why? There's a gear. But there is. There is. I was recommended today, and I'll tell you, ever since I started growing my hair, I've had regular recommendations. Today was no different than many. Many recommendations to cut my hair. To bring myself back to the beauty of how I was before. A little bit of play up top, maybe a little faux hawk action or a sweep to the side or the other or whatever. Just a little bit of playful hair on top. And then a fade on the back and sides. And just kind of high and up there. Not like a military high and tight, but something. And I'm still looking to buy more vampire slayer looking outfits and gear, and there's just something about that era, the Castlevania era, the Van Helsing era, that the clothes involved, they're not, this is really not the way I want to go, they're not screaming you need to interact with the world with these clothes. You could just adopt a certain look, I suppose. That would be enough. That would be fine. But if I go back to how my hair used to look, I don't feel like it really suits those clothes. I feel like if I went short-haired, and especially since I don't have contacts, I think I said this in the previous stream, I can't remember. I ran through my last contacts, and I can't just go buy new ones where I bought the old ones, because they told me I need to upgrade my, or update my contact prescription. It has to say it's brand new, and then I can go in and get contacts from anywhere, basically, as long as I show them the prescription that said, I do sometimes talk to a doctor. I promise my eyes aren't oozing and pussy and whatever. Lovely. So for now, glasses on, cheap clothes that were just gifted to me. Didn't buy them myself. My shorts I didn't buy. My t-shirt I didn't buy. Socks that I wore today I didn't buy. Yeah. There will come a time where I want to dress how I want to dress, closer to Vampire Slayer sort of aesthetic, and have short, modern hair with those outfits sounds just not ideal, not how I would want to represent myself. And I feel like most people, when observing somebody who's got that sort of aesthetic going for them, not what you want per se. Not highest order, what you want. I'm debating chopping my hair short for a bit too. Yeah, I don't know. Everybody says I'll look more attractive with short hair, and I don't disagree, but there is a small percent. Well, I don't disagree with them, with some people saying that, but I've always had a contingency of people who have waited for me to have long hair again. And they say, don't cut it short again. be the long-haired person. And I think maybe some of the emotions, some of the opinions on why people are like, yo, D, just cut it, is because this last week or two, I haven't even been able to take a shower, shampoo, and really love this hair that's kind of like stringy and lifeless and whatever. That's not my hair's fault. That's not me styling it poorly or whatever. I just haven't had time to do the whole rinse and shampoo and dry properly. Do things right by my hair. So I kind of want to do a little bit more care in that direction. And then if I still think, no, I really do look stupid with long hair, then I'll sacrifice that part of me. We'll move on to something else. I think it suits you. The long hair? I think long and short. You know, I think different aesthetics suit me. If I went short hair, I would probably dress not Vampire Slayer. I'd probably rebrand the stream and make it more like Corpo Goth or something like that to accommodate short hair, but still show my appreciation and love of dark things. Dark with like high intelligence. And I was talking to a friend today in one of the long form events that I consigned myself to do today. I said, you know, Marilyn Manson, the performer, Marilyn Manson, the vocalist of the eponymous band, he's okay. He screams. He says things that were controversial in an era where he was writing songs and people were like, oh my goodness, I want to clutch my pearls. I don't know if my kid should hear these lyrics. And they probably shouldn't. There was like a explicit tag or an E tag on Marilyn Manson albums. But when you sat him down for interviews, Bill O'Reilly, number of other interviewers, and they would ask him these stupid questions. You're sending out these lyrics. Somebody very young picks up the lyrics and brings them home to mom and dad. And what if you were the mom and dad? How would you handle this? Or what would you say to parents of people who have made their fandom the Marilyn Manson band? How do you appease the parents? And he was always so well spoken. Brian, I think his name is, IRL. Marilyn Manson, Marilyn, speaks so eloquently, succinct, and addresses the issue very directly. It's like he knows the problems that are going to be raised before they are. Probably does know, because paparazzi and news reporters, they're so formulaic. But if you figure out a good strategy and you lean into it, you gain control back from those people. It's kind of cool. Yeah. Anyway, we're trying to get this thing to work, yeah? We don't seem to have some sort of gear here in the middle. And we also seem to be missing gas or something. Akumu! Oh, let me turn down the game real quick. Well, hello. What's good in your hood? How's the fam? You excited for summer? Save. Should I? Shall I? Shall I? Because you said to, Jam. I will, but I'll save over the one we just made. Yeah. I am, but I'm not. I know what you mean. Alright. There's not a lot of navigation from inside. I wish, because there's an obvious exit here to the one side. Wouldn't want to do it. To get this thing to fly, we can't stay in here, which is super unfortunate, because this part here, I think, would send us flying to where we need to be, and it's just not gonna work. I have to break my little's heart soon, Can you get? Do you care to share what's going on there? Break the little's heart. All right, there's like a ladder into the water I saw right about here. How do I get to that? Yeah, this is different. There's like a slightly different path here. It won't let me go there. I can see this ladder right here. Y'all see it? There's a ladder into the water. This is nasty, like underground water. You don't know if you will die touching their special water. On this? This does nothing right now. And we don't know why. There's no changing the orientation of this. I hate breaking the hearts of littles and tinies, but sometimes you gotta do it. I watched a video that I think I've said this on stream already. Watched a video that investigates when you're up quite high and you have multiple resources at hand. Please tell me I'm not talking in my sleep. Was I talking in my sleep? God, it's already happened. No way it's already happening. We're 30 minutes into the stream. Let me reset my brain. I do think I've already started to sleep talk a little bit, which is brutal. Oh, it's become a thing. Only in this year. For the first time in my entire life, I'm actually streaming and talking at the same time, and sometimes losing consciousness. What an awful feeling. What a loss of control. Personal control in the matter. Anyway. Let's just read some chat and try to recalibrate ourselves. She's being held back. Oh no. We were probably going to have to hold her back, have her held back anyway, but the school called and recommended it before we reached out to them. I could see that being really hard. For somebody the age of your little, I don't really think what they hear is you need work, you need extra care and attention, and that's othering and that's painful to hear. I don't think it's so much about like your own academic journey. What I think it really boils down to, and where the little might feel really uncomfortable with the news, is the loss of the friendships that they worked so hard to develop, to cultivate. It's like you're gonna now meet a bunch of different people. I don't think they're youth, the difference in age or anything, even though difference in age when you're younger really matters a lot. I don't think that's going to be the part that stings so much as the fact that she's going to be uprooted from one friend community in the classroom to something else, to new kids that they don't know that well. Yeah, something like that. Ultimately, I think it's going to be a good thing. Because it means getting the right attention, getting extra care, doing the right next part of the path to make sure that you get the outcome you're looking for when it comes to institutionalized learning. Okay. we're missing some sort of gear or control scheme in some way. I can take a look for it. I keep wanting to like move my character, not just click. All the way up to maybe 5th or 6th grade, if you said, D, we're separating you from all your friends, you have to be in a different class. And this is true if I felt like I was being skipped forward or being held back. In both scenarios, I'd be like, something's wrong. I had an idea that I would be with my friendos, my lovelies, forever. This is where we just came from. I don't need to come back there. And now things are panning out to be not this. This is not the best for me, after all. And you're all deciding I need to be spending more time with a bunch of dirty randos. Yeah. That's what it will be. She'll lose her emotional support person. Ugh. Will they still have other ways to communicate? Like, do they share a playground and a recess time? Do they take lunch at the same time? Do you know their family? Would you give them time to spend together outside of school? Just curious. But at the same time, we've warned her it would be a possibility. Yeah. I think it would be a good thing too. We just have to work on her attention span over the summer, as it seems to be part of the problem. And honestly, yeah, I do feel like a lot of kids that I've met in the pre-K to 2nd grade range or so, I don't remember exactly what grade, you don't have to tell me, but like there's a certain age range where it can become apparent early on that your child is just not made for institutionalized learning. If you work with them at home, you can see how well they pick up the concept of reading and writing and the stupid rules for spelling in English because it's the worst. The fact that we teach little kids, well, the rule is this, but sometimes it's not. In this word, EA sounds like E, but in this word, EA sounds like A. I can't explain to you why. It's just how English do. It's such an awful garbo language that part. If you work on that at home and you work on reading comprehension and math, younger kids' math is really, being able to count forwards, backwards, count in intervals, because that is like a precursor to understanding multiplication. Division is its kind of its own apparent sort of thing. If you work with like pizza or cake or whatever, you can sort of teach kids about division, which eventually leads to better understanding of subtraction, multiplication, addition, all that sort of stuff. And if they are getting that, if they're starting to understand the reading, writing, the math, and all that's clicking outside of a school, that's fine. I think that's fine. They might start the next grade still frustrated, still a problem, or still not connected well to the source material. But in the backs of their minds, or at home, or with a supportive loved one, they can showcase that kind of work. Who cares what their report card looks like? Who cares if they get held back? The holding back, I think, is so much more an answer to provide the proper support for somebody who is not emotionally ready than it is an admonition as to how smart or dumb somebody is. You could be evaluated well short of where you're supposed to be as far as school credits go and understand everything that's being taught. It's the grade is not an indicator of how smart you are. Yeah. Let's catch up a chat here. Oh, it's doing the thing. It removed. I'm so sorry. Oh, I pull up on this. I'm sorry I can't stay longer. Have a great night at all. The fact that you're here at all matters. It does. I hope things are well with you and the fam. Thanks for being here at all. I'm sorry I haven't... I've walked around in a couple rooms, but I haven't really been playing the game. You're probably like, dude, is D ever gonna play Amerzone actually, or is he just gonna stand in various rooms and talk? And unfortunately, my stream is kind of like 25% gameplay and 70% talk. Yeah. Let me let's do this so I can actually go back chat and catch up and chat. Yeah, do the thing that way. We already have a plan to have some play dates over the summer to help her. Honestly, that too, being connective with other kids and just being social. I think summer is really, it's not necessarily a time to stop learning. If you're a parent or aunt or uncle or whatever, grandparent, and your kids that are in your charge, your wards or whatever, they are no longer academically staying in a building and being taught by teachers and other instructors to level up in new skills. You're still spending the summer learning. You're learning about you. You're connecting with yourself. You're a kid waking up every morning and deciding if you can go to the pantry in your kitchen and grab a snack, if you can turn on the TV on your own and entertain yourself while your parents are sleeping. At least that's how it goes in my house. And you learn emotional intelligence because all the kids are free. And sometimes you go to a special park or a splash park or a party or celebratory areas and you find people you know who are there and you realize, I like you, you like me. There's something interesting about the way we connect. You make a new friend or you just decompress and it's a good time. And what a wonder to be learning and growing, especially developing your emotional intelligence during summer outside of school, still being schooled in your own sort of way. Yeah. Playdates are good. That's where I was going with all of that. Yeah. Trow says, when I got moved classes, it was the people I missed most too. What happened with you? How did you move classes? Did you get moved up, back, or what? Other people tended to snub me a lot as a kid when there was just a couple of years difference. So it sounds like you were moved up and then people tried to cite your age or development or size or whatever as a negative or something to address. I will have to have a separate conversation with you about some of the fiance's family's take on this. Please do. I'm curious. I can't I can't do much more than like weigh in my own personal ideas or opinions on things, but maybe that would be of interest or just good to talk over. I'd be curious to learn. Yeah. Let's just say it was a blow up. Oh, of course. But at the same time, at least it's only a hold back and not a moving around a bunch of schools your entire life. Yeah, which has happened to pretty much every friend that I've ever made that came from a military background. The kids being called military brats. I knew several of them growing up, and yeah, there's a tinge, a stain that sort of befalls somebody who can't rely on a system, some solidarity, a nostalgia, a remembrance of, yeah, we lived in this home for 20 years and I know all the little nooks and crannies and cracks and everything else. That's not everybody's experience. I was moved a lot and I didn't even have the benefit of saying, oh yeah, my family was very military and so I got moved from base to base to base. Nah, I just had a really weird scenario with the folks in my family who had custody of me, and one thing led to another. I just really didn't develop a love or a connectivity to any one land or historical stories, and I I'm curious about history, especially now later in life that I'm not being graded on it. Um yeah, but it's different being moved around all the time. You can't rely on things when you always worry, is this going to be the year where we'll pack everything up and move again? Yeah. I actually speak from personal experience on this one, unfortunately. Yeah. We took standardized testing, and due to the results, they moved me forward 3 grades. Troa, this is new information. Quite interesting. 3 grades? Was there were there any maturity or critical thinking or outside of the box, like nonlinear thinking problems, hurdles, things that were harder for you because you didn't have the same brain maturity at that point? That's amazing. 3 grades. Troa lore alert. I know we're learning so many things about Troa. I need a quick bio break because this do anything, and then we'll get back into Amerzone and figure out what the hell I'm supposed to be doing next. Yeah, be right back.
More ooh, you gotta say ooh. All white, okay. I'll say ooh.
I feel like it's fractal.
Wash is so happy right now. Didn't have to spend $42. Ooh.
Streamer of Oz just logged in.
Streamer of Oz. Hungry like the wolf.
Don't want to trip over my own feet.
Hungry like the wolf. 5052329. Pound 9579. Oh, now.
Hungry like the Oz. Who's probably also very hungry. Interesting or exciting. What'd you tag? Oh, I see it. Got him. Popped like a zit.
Zit.
Yeah.
Ah, behind.
Oh, see him. Oh, what the hell? Did anybody see it? There should be something neat left over in the bottom of the pie tin. You should have to risk it and think, oh, I shouldn't eat this myself. But then when you do, you get something cool out of it. Like, oh, and look at the bottom of the tin. There was like an ancient dragon tooth that they sneak into every pie. I don't know. Oh, you did that previously. I told you were dead-ended after. Oh, crap. Yeah, I guess I'm forgetting stuff between streams. Bummer. Okay, well, let's restore. Welcome. I didn't even put on clothes. I just we're robing it tonight. Robe is clothes, so I'm clothed, but with robe. And I encourage you to do the same. Be comfy tonight. Comf it up.
You are my dad. You're my dad. Woogie woogie woogie.
Welcome. Wow. I am so in the stratosphere today. The shot. Confirmed Damien does not like sucking foot fingers. It's, here's the thing. I've done it. I'll be the first to admit. Live on stream, right here before you, with no shame in my voice. I've done it.
Yeah. Like with my dogs, I address them the exact same way I addressed any other thing that I'm talking to. The lamp, the person standing next to the lamp, the person who the lamp was made out of.
Mm-hmm.
Like...
Yeah.
Disregard that for legal reasons.
Need a mosquito?
Pesquito? What's a pesquito?
I just made it up. It's like a mosquito, only it's shaped like a penis. All right, let's go.
Alexander throws a skull into the grinding gears.
And? Oh!
The skull is caught between two cogs. The gears shriek and shudder.
Oh!
The skull begins to bulge.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh! With a sudden lurch, the ceiling completes its descent.
Wait, no! No!
Yikes! And presses Alexander into the floor like a bug under a heel.
A bug under a
That
heel.
skull wasn't strong enough to endure the pressure, and neither is Alexander's.
Under pressure. Da, 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 da.
Tickets up. Next.
All right.
Alexander never was much good at squash.
Awful.
All right, we're back. Hi, welcome. Perfect timing. I mean, here's the thing. I control ad breaks. I can manually set them to go forward. And I did. I set that one up. Before we continue on with Amerzone, before we start, I feel like I haven't done anything in the game. Some points of info. 1, I haven't washed my hair. I apologize. 2, I lost vision insurance and I'm scared to go get contact because I'm afraid. You can't just buy contacts without a prescription. My prescription expired, which means I need to go see an optometrist. And I don't think we have vision insurance anymore. And I don't know if I can get it through the marketplace, especially this late. So I'm just concerned. I want contacts. I want to do my monovision thing again. But in the meantime, I'm just wearing glasses. So I've been wearing my glasses last couple streams. I'll probably wear them tomorrow and the next day for the next streams that I'm doing as an apology for why I've been staying up so late streaming. Well, I have started streaming later than usual. Yeah, that part sucks. We have the donation goal. It's over here if you're watching in portrait mode. It's basically this camera was never intended to be a streaming camera. And it's done so good for so many years. Tons and tons of years. It's time to get a new camera. And if this one's still going to work, maybe make it camera B or something. Do a multi-camera stream. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But be nice to fund the next camera. And this goal is there for subs and gift subs and direct donations through Streamlabs. They'll all get updated manually. If you sub or donate in any other platform or in any other direction, it contributes to this goal. I'll just add it manually when I am next able. There might be some delay. Just saying. Yeah. The only thing that really threw me was starting algebra. Interesting. I loved algebra. I felt like algebra explained mathematics in a way that made much more sense to me than straight math. Straight math was just sort of like logic questions and simple ones at that. Or rote memorization, which is super annoying. 6 times 8. Remember that number. It's going to be a number. We're going to tell you what number it is. Remember it. Memorize it. Because your brain needs to know 6 times 8 as an adult to do adult things. That's what I feel like my school taught. It's absolutely not true. But algebra, very useful. I hopped from long division into algebra straight away mid-year. Oof. So I missed the foundations of it? Oh no. And it took me a bit to catch up. No kidding. For maturity, though, it was definitely still a youngin', which likely prompted a lot of the treatment as a kid. Do you feel like there was a cusp where you were being treated away because of how little you are, little Doogie Howser, in high-end classes, skipping 3 grades? Or do you feel like you caught on and societally you accepted your leveling up and your maturity jumped up to match where you would otherwise be ostracized? Like, oh, I'm going to be hanging out with 22 to 25-year-olds. Like, I can be that in my brain and heart, and then they treat you the same. Just curious how that all works out. Let me have my magical thoughts. I mean, yes, if you want to think that Dee's show is magical, by all means. I have some ideas that I want to implement down the road, and maybe tomorrow's stream will start that. I need to answer Kara in will somebody DM me to respond to Kara in DMs on Discord, because she asked if we were doing more Instars in Time tomorrow. I super don't want to do scheduled Friday streams on not Friday. So I'll have to say, no, we're not going to do that tomorrow. Tomorrow and the next day, I really want to do some like building up of, there's project things and ideas that are adjacent to content creating that aren't necessarily going to bring in the money, but I want to get them started or finished or whatever. We could talk about those maybe in tomorrow's stream. Yeah. And some of those are very magical. Yeah. This was also the year I got expelled for the first time for pulling a rather stupid prank on a student teacher we all despised. Oh no, Troa. When I got back to school, I also went to a junior high instead of grade school. That's insane. Crazy. That had to have changed you. So the change of school made the change in people more palatable. Wow. C or K? Wait, what are we talking about? I say so many things, and then when I read chat, I feel like I'm behind on my own joke, or like you're referencing something that I've already long since forgotten what I was saying, if it's a reference to what I was saying or not. Oh, Kara's name starts with a K. Kara. Yeah. They messaged me in my Discord and asked if tomorrow's stream was going to be more in Stars in Time, which is the Friday stream slot. I don't want, if you're free on Fridays, you come to watch In Stars in Time, and that's like your day to watch my streams. I don't want to stream that game on another day, and maybe you work, or maybe you just can't make it for whatever other obligations. I feel like that would be so rude to the people that are like, well, I found you on this stream because this is when I'm free. And then you're like, I put a bonus stream on another day, teehee. How are you ever going to catch up? Yeah. Thanks, Ikumo. Appreciate you. Should we open the game back up again? I feel bad that Sierra's not here to watch us go through this. So as a recommendation from her. But it might just be... Is the game gonna load? Thank you. Might just be, you know, late, busy, for whatever reasons. Might be hard to catch this stream of this game. I've already been asked to do certain content creation things on what seem to be off dates for everybody else. Like, well, I guess the majority of you all watch at this hour, but I can't. Could you maybe do something else so that I can watch live and nobody else can? That's a tricky thing. You can always start Palia. I did start Palia, but I think I lost my progress. I was in alpha. I saw parts of the map, parts of the world build that hadn't even been completed yet. It's like, oh, don't turn left here. You're gonna fall out the edge of the world. And I really enjoyed what I did. I wonder if that would be the sort of game where y'all and I can just like sit. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hit something I shouldn't have. We can sit, we can talk, we can dissect darker, richer, deeper conversation topics, and there isn't somebody in the audience going, "Oh my God, just plant that plant," or just turn in your quest, man. Oh, I hate that. You know, I would really like to better cultivate or best cultivate games, and if Poly is that would be cool, where nobody has an expectation of you to advance. unless they're really just missing the social cues. But just creating a streaming space in which I could chat, but I could also fidget around in a game or move around or just be whatever. Be fidgety. That makes a lot more sense than all other tactics to try to solve for that. But I did like the amount of polia that I got into. It was a very pleasant game. Worst case, I can stream with you. Shit, let's do this. Let's do this in the summer. They can watch mine, but chat with you at the same time. So, like, you're providing the visuals, and I am, I mean, if you stream to, like, I don't know if this is possible. Can you stream to OBS so that you've got your gameplay on OBS, but you've also got it sent to, like, Discord? Because if I capture your live stream video, there's too much delay. But if I get it through Discord, there's much, much less delay. And I think there might even be better tools than Discord to receive if you're going to send gameplay my way to see on the stream. But just, yeah, just like having something visual that draws people in, that says like, oh, like I can sort of nope out and look at this like very pleasant, like, oh, we're planting stuff, or oh, we're decorating, or whatever happens to be. That's like, it's brain engaging, it's scratching an itch, but at the same time, you're also having like a higher level conversation about relationships or politics or trauma or PTSD, all that kind of shit that you're not allowed to talk about among your family members because they just don't want you to rock the boat. But we can be that place to talk about that kind of stuff while also having something visually alluring to pull people in. I think that's a good idea, honestly. Thanks for bringing that up. We can test it later, 100%. I'll be... tomorrow's Sunday. Sundays are usually awful, but our crotch goblins are out of school, so Monday through Friday, I have a lot more flexibility as far as being able to test stuff and try things out. Might give that a shot. Yeah, let's chat. Let's chat about that. Okay. I think we've already looked at everything that we can in this room. Just gonna be doing a little bit of pixel hunting to make sure that I'm not missing anything in particular that is gonna advance us. There's a cupboard right behind this guy's head. Why gives what a intrigue? It's just in the middle of a big brick expanse. Can we take a nap? Can we take a nap? Why would you let's take a nap on your bed? How dare you? We're gonna find new things this stream, I promise you. I just don't know how or where to find them just yet. Can we climb these stairs? Oh, that was fast. Just one click and we're up on the next floor already. What's happening? Oh, it was moving us out, but it took basically forever. It'll get you trying to stream again? Good. There's something I made for you that I'd love to have see the light of day. The public the public must consume what I've helped build for your stream. Need to figure out what I'm missing in my setup other than the music. We can talk. Yeah, we can talk. I'll say this to Akumu because I think anybody else who is either actively live streaming as a career, a hobby, or for whatever reason it's something that's a deeper interest in you than just I don't know, just going live because you think I'm already going to be playing video games, so why not just do this thing too? Live streaming, especially initially, it's so little about what does your channel point look like, what do your redemptions look like. A lot of this recommendation stuff is for Twitch specifically, but like, how do people buy things to show you support? What screen overlays do you have that showcase the most recent sub or follower? Well, well, well. The crotch goblins have joined. I was gonna say enjoined. Is that a word? I feel like enjoined must be a word. Welcome on in, Oz and the Raiders. Let's switch on over to full screen, which stops all music, all ambiance. This game just really hates being alt-tabbed away from. Hello, crotch
You are
goblins.
my dad. You're my dad. Boogie, woogie, woogie.
Hello, hello, hello. Mwahaha. Hi, Kennedy. What's good in your hood? Welcome on in. I'm so sleepy. I am too. I think I already did another I'm starting to talk in my dreams thing. It was a mild one. I popped right out of it really fast, and I wasn't like continuously foggy before or after, I don't think. I just started to go off down some tangent, and then I realized I don't think I'm talking to anybody but like a dream. Like I had a dream and I was like, talk about this thing. And I started and then I realized it sooner than later. So I'm not as exhausted as I've been before in previous streams where I've started to sleep talk. Sleep talking is a brand new skill of mine, by the way. I used to make fun of people who get to be around my age and like, haha, you're getting all these like debuffs. Like you get up and your knees hurt, or the weather shifts, like rain starts coming in, a storm is imminent, like and as the storm front enters your town, you're like, oh, this one spot in my elbow, it tells me it's gonna rain. You know, it's gonna get really humid or whatever. I laugh at all those people. And now, I don't know if it's just this year or personal pressures or whatever. My body and brain are changing and adjusting, but I'm starting to get to a place where I can be talking to a camera, talking into a microphone, floodlights in my eyes, shining, bounce lights on the side, the whole shebang. And I just start talking inside of a dream with eyes wide open, to quote Creed. It's kind of embarrassing, but I'm also sort of fascinated with it. So, like, I don't necessarily want to fix it because we could be learning new cognitive science. Could send this to a sleep scientist and be like, look, you can see this in live. You can see this in real time happening. Here's the VOD. That sounds like you need to go to bed too. Kennedy, here's the thing. I'm 1 hour in, honestly. I've got like 4 hours where I really want to lock in and like see what the hell we can do with this game that we're playing tonight. It's just it's so frustrating, and there's so much red herring stuff. I'm trying to make my way through. I was running into walls. Oh no, Oz was so tired she was running into walls. We used to make fun of Nico for doing that. Now it's happening to Oz. Also, I just realized that it might be a thing that I want the videos associated with the soundbite that I asked for the alerts. Let me know if you want a video, if you want a GIF that just like cycles a few frames from that scene or something, or just something entirely different. There's nothing wrong with like, because I think my Willy Wonka redemption, it's not the right timing. It's a time where I don't think Willy Wonka or Gene Wilder even had a line, but he like does a physication as Willy Wonka, and then there's a voice line that's from a different part of the movie, or same part but just not right then. Who's really looking at that and going, oh, you mix and match, you can't, I'm not going to follow you, I'm going to tell 100 people to unfollow you right now. Yeah, so you can kind of be fun and wild with what sort of visuals you want to incorporate with those. Fangirl, hello, hi. Forgot my hair tie. Why do you need your hair back out of your face? Can you explain? Is there a chicken quesadilla on the line? What's going on there? With arms wide open. Turns out I'm solved for the tongue position to get a good Creed voice. You just got to do Mandarin tongue for so many of the ways that he talks. Who knows? I wonder if Scott Stapp? What's the lead singer of Creed's last name? He's Scott, right? He's a Scot, but I don't remember his last name. I wonder if he just studied Mandarin and he's like, oh, I'm going to use their weird tongue position and I'm going to sound very throaty and Pearl Jam if I do this thing. Anyway, but sleep, Kennedy, yes, sleep is super important. And I hope you get lots. I do. I hope that you get lots. Oz and I being parents, Oz and I being streamers, Oz and I being gainfully employed in other endeavors as well. It's hard for me to figure out where to squeeze in more sleep without sacrificing somewhere else. Everything I do is productive towards some goal. So if I say I'm not going to do it, I no longer produce. And that makes me feel bad, especially right now when we're not paying the bills with our content creation. Which is another thing, another call to action. Is there a donation goal for a new webcam? Yes. Could you do other stuff instead? Of course. You don't need to make the webcam happen. If you want to follow me on all of my socials, like my posts, repost if you feel so emboldened, write a snarky comment. That's always fantastic. Anything that gets me to new viewers. It's not so much I'm asking you to go to my Patreon and sign up for that and pay me monthly money when there's like basically nothing there for you to glean for your... I need to fix that. I need to put stuff there so that you're buying stuff and not just a empty membership. That's important. And but also just the idea that you could just support us for free by just going to all of your socials and finding me. And Oz is on a lot of socials and also regularly posting. Follow her. You just gave my household 2 lottery tickets toward success, 2 beneficial paths toward making the amount of money we need to survive. And we'll continue to grow other stuff. I've got a 3rd brand that I don't talk about on stream. Non-profit, space related. Do work for that, work for Oz, work for me, and we'll see if we succeed. And all that stuff's more important to me right now than sleep. I do still sleep. I do love sleep. I do prioritize sleep with the time that I have, the free time that I have to do it. That's just the rub. That's what makes it harder. Oz, I'm making a dragon for a Ren Fair. Which Ren Fair do you go to? Is there one in your state or I'm just curious. Free pair or a free-handed a pair of horns? Dang. That does not sound like a thing you freehand. Because they could get wonky or weird or curl funny or be asymmetrical in an off-putting way. That's impressive. The moments I picked are so good. Ooh, excellent. Good to know. Are you talking about the moments you picked for your stream alerts? They are good. If you want to use those as the visuals, we can make that happen. If you want to use something else, we can make that happen as well. The sleeps aren't always within reach. Yeah, this part. Plus, too, like last week, we were firing on more cylinders that we had, borrowing energy, borrowing time, starting things late, staying out late, and messing with the sleep schedule and everything else, and just trying to allocate resources properly to be host to some out-of-state folks. That if you say, okay, well, here are the rules, you make them happen, come hell or high water, give your kids structure, give them perfection. Stap, thank you. Yeah. Then you could do it that way, but we give ourselves grace when things are really, really shifting us around or making us lose autonomy, clarity, scheduling, all that sort of thing. We go, you know what? We're not choosing this. It's happening to us. And sometimes you just got to do the best with the stuff that happens to you in your life. Yeah. There might be a chicken quesadilla. Fangirl, if there were one here for you, I would steal it from whoever actually bought it and say, sorry, Fangirl's here. you understand. We're gonna have to confiscate your chicken quesadilla for war crimes and send it in for interrogation. And by interrogation, I mean we give it to Fangirl. She gives it the once over and says, "I deem this successfully ingestible," and then that's the end of your days. If you're the chicken quesadilla. Why am I talking like this? I have no idea. It's probably the sleepiness. Sleepiness is sinking into my synapses that I have working still. I think I want to use the original visuals. We can make that happen. Not too hard. We still have all the links. We can make that happen. I don't think there's one in my state. Oh, we plan on going to the one in Ohio this year, so long as the ticks chill out. Ew, that's not fun. We've had to pull 2 ticks from the tiny's scalp, and I hate digging through hair and finding the thing that's bitten into the scalp skin, which is kind of like harder and thicker than other skins, and then trying to get it dislodged from that, and then trying to take pictures and ask my phone, "Hey, I just pulled this from my daughter's scalp. Do we immediately rush to the hospital, or like, can you learn anything from this picture?" Yeah, ticks are, I do not like ticks. I've never had any big problems with them. I've always been able to just remove them from my body, or from other people's bodies. But yeah, what a downer of it's the one thing you do not want to have happen at any show, really. It's good stuff. I've never been to the Ohio Renaissance Fair. I've been to the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair. Look, it was pretty good. At least at the time that I went. I don't know if it's the case today, if they still do this. They had lots of in-person, in-character workers there. They weren't trying to sell you their goods. They weren't trying to call out to you so that you would follow them to a store. They were just entertaining in and of themselves. They played an instrument. They did something goofy. They talked a monologue or dialogue at you as you just tried to walk through or past them. And it was just so immersive, and everybody tried to role play. Even if they were bad, even if their accent was half baked, they tried. The Renaissance Fair here, they're not trying. They're really not trying. Yeah. This will be your... Wait, you've never been... Akumu's never been to a Renaissance Fair? Aw, dude. I kind of wish you just knew my high school group of friends and they would have taken us all. I didn't know about Ren Fairs either, but then my high school group that I fell into, they were like, they all introduced me to the nerd stuff I had never experienced before, except like Monty Python non sequitur style humor. But I got exposed to classic rock. Nobody in my family ever really listened to that stuff. So it was like my high school group of friends. Renaissance Fair, high school group of friends brought me there. Dressing up, buying clothes for that kind of stuff so that I have an outfit for next year. Very much you just lost the handle on. Yeah, that same thing. Yeah, it was just if it weren't for nerdier friends, I don't know if I would have gotten into as many nerdy scenarios or fandoms. Not to say they became my fandoms, but I at least started to understand things. Like, oh, you're into that because you grew up watching that show or those comedians or that type of humor. And I just didn't, but you did. I would drive the 8 hours. Is it 8 hours between us? To your house to inspect the quesadilla. I have to put it under a heat lamp or something. Or honestly, like the real solution is I just have the ingredients already. And then you tell me when you're like 10 minutes out. And then you come to your quesadilla to inspect it. And it is gooey and ready. And just perfect. Yeah. Although I can't guarantee that that drive is going to be worth it. I can do my best, but what if I make a quesadilla and you're like, corn tortillas? Wait, you like corn? And I'm like, yeah. Yeah, everybody likes corn. And you're like, I don't like corn. I don't like corn. I'm not going to do it. I probably wouldn't put a corn tortilla with a chicken quesadilla, though, personally. Yeah. Got an outfit picked out? Love that. Oz and I have talked about making outfits, but we don't know where to shop, how much to budget. You know, do we have the funds to make stuff cool? Do we agree on the backstory? Are we going to make something where we walk down the dirty and dusty paths and people look at us like, oh, damn, yeah, they're like a family. And then, you know, do we get the kids involved, or at this age are they going to be like, no, I don't want. You're wearing that? I don't want to be part of that. I looked at your outfit and I think it's dumb, and I refuse. But I always wanted to make a really badass Renaissance fair outfit. Just don't know exactly what to do there. I've got the dragon in progress. Nice. And a flower crown I'm planning. That should be good. You should DM me some pics when you get everything built up together, because we're shopping for ideas and want to know, between Oz and myself, you know, what kind of backstory and scenario we want to do. And that just sounds like you've got a really good idea going as far as what your outfit's going to be. I think you're going to have a fun time. Regardless, you know. And also don't stress on making yourself perfect for the show. If you're like, oh, I got everything but shoes, or like, oh, this doesn't quite like look right, or, you know, something's out of place or whatever, don't worry about it. Just go and have a fun time, especially your first time. Focus on everything else, not on how you look. Dude, I'm so hungry. Is it snack time? I mean, we're coming up on 1 a.m. in our time zone, fangirl. Do you have something that's like lightweight and protein forward? I think that's probably reasonable. Like a yogurt or something at this hour. I would love to say I greenlight you to your chicken quesadilla dreams, but honestly, the time that it is, and if you're close to sleep or if you have responsibilities tomorrow, might not be the best solution. I can't, in good conscience and good faith, suggest the chicken quesadilla. I would devour any quesadilla you put in front of me. I will tell you this. Given the right ingredients, given the properly stocked kitchen, I can make a quesadilla that would blow your socks off. I kid you not. One of my favorite quesadillas I ever had was I was living in Orange County in California, and I found this place. They just had different ingredients than like everybody else has. It's like more specialized, maybe more like south of the border specific flavors. I feel like a lot of America, if you go into a place that has food with Spanish names attributed to it, you're going to get what they sell in the US grocery stores squished together into a quesadilla, and that's what you resolve in. And I found one taqueria where it's like, if you order the quesadillas here, you're getting it the way we make it on the other side of the border, and you're gonna like it. And if you don't like it, don't keep shopping here, because this is how we do it. And I took notes. My favorite quesadilla, it was from this one taqueria, and if I could, I would make quesadillas like them all day, all the time, for anybody that was interested. Yeah. The child isn't going for my first time. Oh, it's probably nicer, honestly. There's so many things you want to focus on besides being an active parent at that time. No offense to the little, but this is one of those things I have to do without kids for my first time, like Vegas. 100%, really. Because doing Vegas, doing Ren fairs, doing certain events or special activities while also managing your family can be so deleterious from the experience. All the heart you want to feel, all the mind you want to feel, the smells, the core memories, the foods, the whatever happens to be, having that be completely free and devoid of having to also be in your role as a parent, you can't trade for that, especially if it's your first memory of a place. Yeah. That's a good strategy. I'm debating making gyoza. I'm telling you, if I were debating you, for whatever reason, I would say win condition for both of us. I say make gyoza. You follow suit. Now you have gyoza. You're happy because you're eating gyoza. I'm happy because I won the argument as to what you should do. It's a win-win. Not really, but I also can't move at this time due to hip pain. I'm sorry. There are some types of pain, some especially lower back, hip, like around our nerve bundles down there at the end, that are really debilitating until if there's a bruising that like clears up or some sort of ice, heat, I don't know. You're the nurse, you tell us. How do you fix your hip pain right now? Go nurse mode on yourself. Maybe it'll work. Drink all the mead. It depends on the Renaissance Fair. The Georgia Renaissance Fair, which is the one I went to today, and I also went last weekend. It's a lot of Ren Fair for me for 1 year. Their meads aren't wine adjacent viscous honey drinks with a mild adult percentage ABV attributed. That's what I'm used to when I hear the word mead. No, theirs were all the Georgia Ren Fair meads are carbonated. It's not that there's any. A lot of people love carbonation, so I don't think it's about that I generally would not gravitate toward. They're carbonated and they don't taste wine-y or very honey-y so much as they taste like carbonation and a sweet that is different from the Coca-Cola button at Burger King or whatever. It's a different experience. If you're not a mead snob, it's probably tasty and gets you there. You just wanted to day drink in the sun in a place in the county where they advocate it for you and you're not going to get arrested for what you're doing. Yeah, I don't know. I'll try it. Never had mead before. It's a honey drink. If you've ever had like drinkable yogurt, they have a couple different varieties. Like kefir is kind of like a thinner yogurt, easily like pourable down your throat and just swallowed if you want. And they make drinkable yogurt or yogurt drink or whatever. Is that different from kefir? Or is it just like, is kefir just a name of a brand? Somebody do some research. What's the difference between like chuggable yogurt, if it is not kefir? I don't. Maybe it does say kefir somewhere on the list, and products that are absolutely called kefir, and you can pop open the bottle and drink it that way. You'll need a spoon. You'll need to do it slow. You got proteins in your body. Got your macros taken care of. Yeah. Mead is just a hearty honey beer. I don't think it's always necessarily beer-like. My favorite meads were very much wine-like. They were thicker than every wine I've ever had, ever. But they were fermented, rotted, botanical smell like wine is, and served out of a wine bottle-ish sort of thing. Really no beer adjacency. This year at Ren Fair, I don't find that kind of stuff. I only find cans of carbonated mead, and it's different. And I don't think you taste it and feel a specific calling. Like, oh, this smells like honey exactly. Whereas the wine type of mead is very much honey smell and taste. It's so good, and I've been resting heating pad, icing, and have recently taken medications. Oh, nice. I did some gentle stretches, which made it worse. I'm sorry. Oh, that's always the worst. You're like, oh, I think I want to do like, I want to crack this particular joint. Let's just like do a little stretch or, get ourselves reset to some sort of center. Whatever it is that you're trying to get back to. And then you try something, you're like, yeah, hands in the air and oh, what happened right there? Right at the base of my neck. Do you feel that? Obviously, you don't feel that, but like, it's everybody like, what's going on? Oh no, I don't feel like I can. Yeah, sometimes the little things, especially when you reach a certain age, it's like, oh, I didn't want a debuff today. I didn't want you to come in and apply negative status modifiers to what I'm able to do. And here we are. And I did it to myself because I instigated the stretch. Looks like kefir is its own genre. Okay, what makes a kefir and a yogurt drink separate? Both kefir and yogurt are fermented milk products, but kefir is a drinkable, tart, and slightly effervescent beverage. I've tried kefir, I think. I don't remember an effervescent quality per se. It just tasted like yogurt, but at a viscosity you could chug. Oz has a question. Please ask your question. Yogurt is a thicker, spoonable food. Yeah, I'm not talking about yogurt, but don't they make like yogurt drinks that aren't called kefir, and you just can drink them? Or am I tripping? Is that just what kefir is drinkable yogurt? It feels like the whole hip joint wants to pop, but it won't. Oh, I hate that feeling, especially when it's core. Like if you've got a knuckle and it's got a pop hiding somewhere in it, that synovial fluid is like, hey, I'd really love to move, but I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna ache at you. I'm just gonna make you stim on that one joint. That's bad. But when it's like a hip or a vertebra or something in that vein, oh, I hate when you can't move it. Yeah, that's awful. Hey, I got called 25 the other day. I love when people try to guess ages. The one thing that gives me away is, the crotch goblins are producing gray hairs that are coming out of various follicles in my body. I can't, or I could hide them. I could. Jam. Thanks for weighing in. I'll check that in a sec. Yeah, I could dye my gray hairs, but it's vain. It's expensive. And I feel like having gray gives me a sort of venerability. You look at me and you go, he's got grays. He's got to be able to say something of merit here. And I don't sound like a boomer when I talk, so there's that. The whole upstairs has felt unbearably warm, and I just realized that the sleep temp has been set to 78. Can we set that to a lower temp? Is that the temp we want during the night? I feel like there have been a few nights where we set it to what, like 73? I don't want everybody sweating in their sleep or unable to use a blanket. Blankets just feel nice for the weight and the wrap, right? But if it's gonna make you sweat like crazy, that's not fun. If we were just rolling in dough, I'd be like, yo, set it to like 68 or lower. Make it so that the fuzzy blankets and like nice, comfy PJs are meaningful. They make you feel comfortable and the air is cool and you're warm and fuzzy. And it's just a great scenario. But that also sounds incredibly HVAC expensive. We do it that way. So maybe not 68. What do you think about 73? I don't know. Maybe we do 68. Maybe we do 68 and see how the next electric bill goes. So Jam says drinkable yogurt is kefir. That was my theory, but I also felt like maybe I had something where I drank yogurt, but it wasn't called kefir. I don't know. it is the same thing. It's good to know. I will collapse those definitions in my brain. The toe pain, there's times my toe hurts when I walk and I have to take a long step to try to pop it. I have, yeah, love-hate relationship with my toes popping. If somebody were to just like grab my toes and give them a good like twist or like pull downward or whatever and try to get the synovial fluid to move on its own, I feel wildly uncomfortable. It's painful, actually. Doesn't tickle. It's not like awkward. It hurts. It actually hurts me. But sometimes the pop is like, it brings me back to like, oh, my body is in stasis again. It's in perfection again. Without the pop, it wouldn't have felt that way. Slayer, hello, hi, welcome. Can we cuddle? And I play with your hair? Come over. I'm in Atlanta. Also, sometimes I have to pop my hip. I do it when I'm lying down. You just kind of roll on your side and bring your knee up to your chest. I think something similar we were talking about a few years ago. Oz's mom was having specific types of back pains, and the knee to the chest sort of stretch, like really squishing yourself into a ball, doing some controlled movements like rolls and stuff like that, can really help with that kind of stuff. You know, it's not like, oh, I need pills or, oh, I need surgery. Some things it's just about it, the right mobility. Not that you're going to be like doing contortions and yoga all the time every day. Some of us just don't have that kind of money or time to be that person off the clock all the time, but you can try to do it on the clock when and where you can. Little secret stretches and squishes and stuff like that. Sorry, this game has no backing music. When we're in close-up mode and we're just chatting through the chat logs, got nothing interesting playing in the background. It's just how this game do. Yeah. Looks like it's named that way after the grain used to ferment it. Kefir is a grain? Wow, I'm really out of the loop on this particular word. You combine active kefir grains with milk in a jar and let it sit at room temperature for 18 to 24 hours. Okay, so kind of fermenting stuff. That's always fun to do with milk stuff. The beneficial bacteria and yeasts in the grain consume the lactose in the milk, resulting in a tart, probiotic-rich drink. Neat. Good for them. And then nobody else makes yogurt drinkable just by like making yogurt and then adding water. That's the way this one's made. People just want to do it this way. I would say, oh, he has gray hairs. He knows how to do taxes. I'm not gonna lie, fangirl. I did our taxes this year, last year. I've set up spreadsheets so that if there's like a calculation and the self filing doesn't do it for you, if you just go to irs.gov and find a place, if you haven't done it now, you're super late unless you have some sort of extension. But like for next year's taxes, if you just go to irs.gov, they've got these like lead yourself through the process workflows. Sometimes you run into awkward language, but I usually can do a search and find like a Reddit post or somebody clarifies like, oh yeah, I did this for clients all the time. It's just this for business versus yours for individual taxes. And here's how you determine that number or whatever. I know my taxes. I do. I'm the person you can ask. You get stuck, and I can tell you what number ought to go there, or at least you know how to do the maths to make it happen. Yeah. Do my grays mean I'm great at taxes? Maybe. Was I great at taxes before? There's the other thing, secret in the sauce. I have a budgeting template that allows you to track your personal finances, and also if you've got like a long form thing you're paying off, it helps you understand how to pay it off if you're providing the right amounts to the right things to achieve the goal that you have with your money. And I'm on like version 12 or 13 of this spreadsheet. I'm not so perfect with finances and tax that I can just create the system on the spreadsheet and say it's done. I did it in a day and it's perfect. I've trashed several ideas as far as like how to enter the information, how to showcase it, what's the best strategy to make sure everything's running right and fast. Because that happens too when you're doing things with money. Sometimes you need to do it timely in response to whatever. You know, somebody gives you a week to comply to something legally or pay off outstanding debts. Yeah. I feel like last year we set it to like 68, but that also feels really low comparatively. Set it to 68. Set it to 68. It's not always called kefir, but it's basically the same thing. Good to know. It's good to know. So if I say kefir, y'all know I mean drinkable yogurt. And it's not different. At least according to the internet. Feel like we set it lower in the evening to help shift it and make sure that the curtains are closed on the west side of the house in the evening. I do remember that, and that does definitely help with the temperature as well, having the west side of the house just be barred from the sun. But also having more just a lower temperature, especially as the night begins. So it's not a burst, but it's incremental. That way, when it comes to sleep time, it's not that much of a shift in temp. Yeah, I do not like that part. I did the knees to chest stretches. That's what made it worse. Ugh. Where did it hurt? What rebelled against that particular work? You now have an in progress dragon pick? Wait, who? Wait, me? Who are you drawing a dragon for? Whenever I heard keef, I just think of weed. Is that like a weed analogy? Hey, yo, what's keef right now? What do I owe you? Whenever I heard of Kiefer, I thought of Sutherland. Isn't he like a South African actor of some sort? Isn't his name basically drinkable yogurt? Oh, he is not South African. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to put you in Musk's homeland. He's a British-born Canadian actor, director, and producer. He was in the show 24, a whole bunch of other things. Why is Kiefer named Kiefer? How do you? I don't know. How do you search for this thing? Oh, Kiefer is a German surname. It's spelled different than drinkable yogurt, I guess. Good for him. It translates to pine tree. Interesting. Or a cooper / barrel maker. Good. Yeah, love that, I guess. Kiefer was actually named after somebody, Warren Kiefer. So somebody took Warren Kiefer's last name and put it on Kiefer Sutherland's first name. The director of his father, Donald Sutherland's first film. Donald Sutherland. That's an actor's name too, right? His dad was an actor, so he became an actor. I feel like that's a common thing to happen. Yeah. Do you check your Discord? All right, give me 2 secs. What's going on here? What is that? That is Gorge. That is adorable and wonderful. What a great dragon. Is this going to be your what's the word I'm looking for? Is this going to be part of the Ren Fair outfit that you got going on here? Cuz you're going to turn heads. Especially anybody that knows anything about yarn work is going to be like, yo, how did you make this? Did you get this from a pattern? Can I have the pattern? What is going on here? Front of the hip and the glute maximus. Oof, yeah. Painful. Stuart says, the question today, is D wearing pants or not? Here's the thing about live streamers. We can wear whatever suits us like an anchor man, right? Anybody who's in news, they know what angles they have. They know where all the cameras are pointed, and what they see and what they don't. You can just dress to that. You can dress up or down however you see fit, as long as what's being shown on just the camera is right for the brand. And that's all you need to know about what I wear when I live stream, is that the stuff that shows on the camera is exactly what I planned to make that happen. That's how it do. That's how I do. If you use Grinder for weed, didn't know that was a thing, but now I know this. There are crystals and small grains of highly concentrated THC that breaks away from the main flower that's smoked. That's also called keef. Interesting. I'm learning. The world can't leave me behind as long as I keep learning every day. That's where we're at. I do not have an answer for you, I'm afraid. Of all the people that have the arcane knowledge as to whether or not D is Donald ducking, Akuma's probably... Well, I don't know. Should Akuma be the one to know this? Should I dedicate one person in my community to receive the... Like, I'll put a camera right up here and you can report on it to everybody. No, so I'm afraid it's going to leak. If I send certain types of pictures to one person, then unfortunately I feel like they'll reach too many other people. That's the problem. Unless I OF that shit, put it behind a paywall. He said he's wearing shorts. Did I? Sometimes I don't listen to myself when I talk. Did I say I'm wearing shorts today? Did I say? But do we believe him? I mean, anything I say, I'm a streamer. Do you believe me that I speak authentically, or am I creating a caricature or a persona? I don't know why you were doing that right there. But it's perfect timing. Absolutely perfect timing. Yeah. From here down, I don't even have to have a full shirt, right? You don't know. Just below where the camera, the vertical streams camera is a little bit richer than the horizontal. You don't know what's going on below the scenes. That's for VIPs. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to monetize a different angle. Just be like, yo, if you wanna see what I bring to the full stream, we got to make it worth the while. I got kids to feed. My shoulder pet, nice. I love it. I do love it. No patterns used for the horns. Dang. I was the water person before I vanished for a bit. This is true. Yeah. Akuma's not the gets the secret camera angle and DMs person, but she will tell me that I need to take care of myself in case, I'm not well hydrated or stretched or whatever. When you were talking about buying your Vampire Hunter clothes, you compared it to your current outfit and mentioned shirts. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that needs to happen. The whole transition to Vampire Hunter D, Oz and I are in budgeting and deciding and finding the right vendors. If you all happen to know somebody that you love that or that knows Renaissance clothes and Gregorian clothes and Vampire Hunter or Vampire Slayer clothes or whatever, we're looking for really trusted, like well tried sort of clothes, stuff that you can buy that's not just like costumey or looks good from far. Like this camera's, I can almost touch the camera, it's so close, right? So I need stuff that's gonna work well at a close distance and not mess up over time. That's the biggest thing. I feel like a lot of high end stuff, as far as whether it's historical or even modern stuff, they don't prioritize that you have their clothes for life. They say if you can get a couple years out of us, that's the best we can offer you. That's the best you get. And so you just have to deal with that, and you're gonna have to buy more once you wear through these. And I'd love to have something different, that's a little more like timeless, last for forever and for good, and look good for many, many, many streams to come. And all in the vein of that Vampire Slayer mid Gregorian era sort of clothes. Not interested in Renaissance, not interested in Enlightenment. There's so many different eras of fashion that I could really just not really sink my teeth into. But yeah. Some stuff. Did I say Gregorian? I think I mean Georgian. Mid Georgian. That's the phase I'm looking at, right? There's like a certain era of clothes that I was like, that once I found it, once I found that era, I was like, this is perfect. Georgian? The Georgian period, 1760 to 1790 is the mid Georgian period. There's an early Georgian and a late Georgian, and they're different. And I saw their clothes, and early Georgian, too frou-frou. Late Georgian, too lacking taste, lacking interest. You just all militarized and utilitarian and nothing fashion. And anything before the Georgian era, way too frou-frou. Yeah. Crop top ahoy. Honestly, I could get away with it because y'all wouldn't see. I could even do my stretch, and it'd probably just look like I was wearing a shirt. I mean, if you need a cloak for the outfit, Nico did speak highly of his. I'll have to talk to Nico. Has he worn his cloak on stream? Is it a good one? I have like a cape. It was made for a wedding, and it looks great. It does. But I don't think it suits my aesthetic. It does not scream vampire hunter. It screams, I have a cape that my friend made me. I'll have to check and see what Nico's wearing, if that's like something for me, for streaming, for Ren Fair, for whatever. Rock out with your tits out, D. Fangirl, I wish I... There's so many things. If I could get away with it, or if I could monetize it, shit, I would do it. It's not beneath me. I think I'm in an era of my life too, honestly, where if there were enough people interested in what I have to offer, and it fed my kids and clothed them and gave them opportunities in their future so they didn't have to take out crippling student loan debts, I'd be like, you know what? Feet, greenlit. Crop tops, greenlit. Donald ducking, special camera just for the paid stream, greenlit. Whatever y'all want, make it happen if it makes my family have a future. I'm not so preservational about my body and how I look and what my reputation is online. We all have flesh bags that we live in. We're all these weird creatures, and some of us are more attractive to others, and that's all fine. At the end of the day, we all sweat and smell and breathe and eat food and then poop it out. If that's interesting to some people and they're willing to pay me money to support my family, I would do it. I'd do it in a heartbeat. He did try it on stream, said it felt high quality and it was waterproof. Oh, nice. He said he wore it out to the mailbox at one point, like during a rainstorm or something. Sounds good. Yeah, I mean, cloaks and capes, or yeah, that stuff really was, it was built to support a specific era. An era where you might not have like a handheld umbrella. So you got your one big outfit piece that's supposed to guard you against the elements and keep you being ravaged by rain and mud and all of that. I'll have to check in if it looks cool. That's the biggest thing for me. Because that era of clothes, I'm not trying to buy stuff pragmatically like, oh, and it works really well when I'm trying to make dinner. I'm not going to make dinner in my beautiful historic clothes. I just want it to last while I'm streaming, while I'm making videos, whatever. Gamer boy bathwater. Does that happen? I know female gamers or female streamers, they can just sell whatever bodily things come off of them. Being able to sell water that they bathed in. I'm sure they've got to do something to it, perfume it up or something. You can't just smell like water and Mr. Bubbles. There's probably something else they do to seal the deal. Maybe add some pheromone. Do they sell? We were just talking last night about a company that sells components that help you make like your own perfumes. Like, oh, you want it to smell more arid. Okay, add this compound. You want it to smell more floral or verdant, green, grassy, or whatever. Add this, add this, add this, you know, that kind of stuff. That makes me wonder, do you add stuff to bathwater if you're gonna sell it to random internet pervs? And be like, yo, yeah, this smells like the deodorant that was washing off of me that day. Or if you're a female, the different scents and stuff that you wear throughout the day, you add that to the water, you get 5-star reviews for all the people that buy your shit. I think it was Nightweave that he got it from, if my research is right, because I remember looking for one for me. Hell yeah, let's be a cloak tribe. Let's take a look. Nightweave. These are cool. This looks like does everybody know Forest of Wires? Man, what an amazing streamer. There are things I want to steal from this particular streamer. He does a lot of arcade game, like emulated arcade games and live DJing and playing guitar and singing that I just don't really love. But besides those things, I love everything else about Carl. I don't even remember if it was somebody in this chat or whoever first got me to look at Forest of Wires. Was it Jam? Was it you? I feel like it might be you. You know some of the best streamers on Twitch. And why you're here with me, I don't. I'm imposter syndroming. That's my fault. But yeah. It is Nightwave. Oh, excellent. Yeah, this definitely looks like the thing that Carl wears. I just went to his stream for the first time the other week. Oh, really? Through one of my raids or what? I'm just curious. Let me see if I can pull up a clip and you all can see. His live show is just like so different. It's really highly interactive. Like people can cast spells and do commands like out the wazoo, which is, it's a little too frenetic there, I think, because y'all and I like prefer like deeper chats and like more connective conversations. If every like 10 seconds somebody's like fucking with the show because they have enough channel points to like just keep messing with everything, and then the chat really suffers as a result, I don't think that would be that great. But I could do like a measured, metered version of him where it's not so Audi HD trying to watch the thing. Another streamer raided him? Oh, cool. It wasn't my raid. City Planner Plays. Oh, okay. This is hopefully I get a good clip here so you all can see what Carl is like. It's just like what a weird and interesting.
I've been to find funk on the desk. Yes. Oh, what you missed this? You gotta bear witness. Catch a hoe and another hoe. Merry Christmas. Yes, I smoke shit straight off the roach clip. I roll shit. Hold the blunt that wants to approach it. Forward motion make us sway like the ocean. The herb is more than just a powerful potion. What's the commotion? Yo, I'm not joking around. We're learning how under smoking. The oven's on high when I roast the quail. Tell Bill Clinton to go and inhale. Exhale. Now you feel the funk of the tie. When I feel the effects, I want to get high. So high. I want to get high. So high.
Yeah, that's just a very a small mild version of the stuff he does. He's got like, I don't know, like 12 different cameras that cycle through while he's talking or singing or whatever. And there's a green screen at almost every angle. So he can put these like fantasy stuff behind him. And he's got, it's not the Nightweave cloak. It looks different than the thing that Nico bought. But he's always wearing like cloaks and stuff. So he looks like some sort of wizard. And just what a weird what a weird I want something. I want to buy a bunch of cheapy cameras like the freaking C922 I'm trying to replace here with the stream goal. and and just put them around me and maybe do something like that, but like less camera shifts and less weird backgrounds. He's kind of like goofy fantasy. He doesn't take himself too seriously. And I think even when he does his music, a lot of the music he plays on stream, it's covers. And he's not like well tuned voice wise, guitar strings wise. He's just sort of like a vibe. You know, he knows how to play, but he's not like pitch perfect. And I can hear it personally. Maybe y'all can't, but I hear the little imperfections. But he's got a heart of gold. Yeah. I cast testicular torsion. Nice. I'm gonna roll to save because that sounds awful, personally. That's one way to make a viewer intrigued. Yeah, so does Carl have deep conversations? I don't think so. But his show is still entertaining in its own way. He spends a lot of time getting the parts of the show that showcase what he's good at out to you guys to see. And when it comes to just sitting and talking and filling a space and having cogent ideas or deep talks or brave attacks against a certain paradigm or challenging thoughts, it's not his show. That's not what he's about. It's mostly like light entertainment. Here's some songs that you all have heard already, but I'm going to sing them with my acoustic guitar, my clean tone guitar. And you've already seen these nostalgia games, but I'm going to play them and try to do speed runs and that sort of stuff. It's just like, yeah. I'm not saying it's low energy, because what he does is also very particular, nuanced, high energy, but it engages in, I think, kind of like a shallow sphere where I try to get into your guts and make you deprogram yourself from the world, change the way you see capitalism and politics and all that stuff. Should we try to play more of this game? God, it takes forever to get this game in. I forgot I put my left hand on the keyboard ready to like move my character. That's it's not gonna happen. All right, again, we're just looking at pictures of somebody that we're not personally engaged in. I just don't know if there's anything I've missed in any of these rooms. I've looked through so many drawers. I've looked in so many corners. I keep forgetting that there's some angles to these rooms, like you have to kind of like, can you approach? No, we can't. I left this room accidentally trying to get to that cabinet. Right? Like, are there different places you can go? Can you open the cabinetry behind there? Can you mess with the windows? Various drawers. My character's just staring at it blankly like, I'm not touching that. I don't care how much that voice in my head is saying, hey, I thought I told you to. Oh. So, here's the math room. Oh, see some of you on the other side of ads. I'm sorry. Here is the metal door that leads us outside. We're not quite ready to go just outside yet. We're not going down the ladder. There's so many things here that just look like... I have this. Is he saying anything? Almost forgot my nighttime meds. Hey, I'm serving more than just a plant reminder. Dear drugs people, indeed. If you're watching the stream, this is a perfect time to remind you, for those of you that are able to ad skip or just not in ads right this moment, if you have obligations to be a better human, i.e. take some pills that were prescribed to you that you forgot to do today so far, now is your reminder to do them. If you're hangry, go make yourself a little food. Protein goes a long way if you're as late in the night as I am right now. Don't go for the full meal unless you know you can digest it in time. What else? Am I playing Roblox? Does this game look like Roblox to you? Hi. Welcome on in. Yes, this is a 1999 Roblox. Exactly. You called it. You called it, dude. Yeah, take care of yourself. If it's time to de-stream and take a sleep or a nap or whatever, do the thing that feeds you, that gives you your best humaning. Alright, God, there's so much of this, it's just like not incredibly clear what goes where. Stop trying to move with the keyboard. Your character cannot move with the keyboard. Is this like a full-on dead end then to come up here? Or is there something outside that we're gonna have to investigate? Can we sit in the big office chair? I hate this. I hate this, Mom and Dad. You won't let me do anything. I'm just locked in the drafting room, staring at patterns that don't make any sense to me. I am tired. You and me both. I think I've already talked to my sleep at least once, maybe twice. You and me both. The Teddy visit last night kept me up till the wee hours. As well it should. If you pop out and you still provide stream support, I appreciate your face very well. It does make me nervous though, depending on the type of stream support you offer. I always wonder if you say, I don't have money. No, you do have money. Or like, I don't have cold hard cash. And I don't have time to provide. And so I want to give my favorite content creator something. And I just leave. But it's not cash. And it's not money. Does that mean a parent has to drive a vehicle over and offer something from the gas tank? Or from their own personal cell phones? Maybe not from the vehicle. As some sort of like, here's tribute to the great show that you've put on. And I say, you know, if you're tired and you're gonna bounce out, just continuing your computer's work. They were gonna follow, or gather follows through content creation, that sort of thing. That's a good way to pay your favorite people. And it's free for most of us to just find their content and send a like. The only drugs I need are for dairy. Oh no. Yeah. Yeah. Have you, Akumu, this is not my style of humor, but this is Oz's style. And so I have to run it by you because maybe you and Oz are simpatico here. Have you ever heard the song Tall, Warm Glass of Milk? It's by On Company Time, OCT, sort of like a parody band sort of thing. I don't much like parody music. I think I barely liked Weird Al when I first heard his stuff. And then as I heard other people doing parody music, I don't know, it just really wasn't for me. But tall warm glass of milk. Think it would be up your alley if you like that. I still don't know why I have this wrench. It's my fidget now. Whenever I stop actually playing the game and just talking to you all, I pick up a big ol', I think it's, are these monkey wrenches or something else? What do you call them? Yeah. I've not, let me go give that a listen. Do the thing! I'll be here. I'll be here looking around trying to find any sort of clues that maybe I did not find in my last few. No, don't. So let's bring down the volume. We don't need to hear your, do I have no way of leaving? Oh, whoops. I do. I could just close the game. No, but playing the game where we already like accidentally pulled up. Yeah. Don't quit. I guess save? I didn't mean to make me go through these. Oh, well, saving, we were able to close the map or the menu where we got that guy. I'm afraid if I go up one more floor, I'm going to lose the ability to play any of the brothers. Not for keeps, just for this loop. The game's like, make the best Sifrin you can. Even though we're not playing Sif. We're not fighting a king to try to save the kingdom from time. Well, I don't want to say, those of you that haven't seen the streams, from wonky abilities. That one I'd call a pipe wrench. Yeah, maybe. What's a monkey wrench then? Is it different than this? This looks like it's made to open pipes. I'd call it a pipe wrench if everybody else did around me and not argue. But now I wonder, there's even a Foo Fighter song about these, but I don't think we ever get to see one. What the heck is a monkey wrench? What do they look like? What do they do? Is there really like nothing here to glean? Okay, go away. It's the highest up we got, right? There's nothing here we need. There's all these things that look like you should be able to click them. Little drawers and cubbies and like, oh, just let me reach my hand in here. I feel like it's important that I can. But it's mostly a lot of red herrings. Does this guy have an apple next to him? What is this? Oh, there's a way to find out, isn't there? Not it. Thank you so much for the lurk support, fangirl. I'm gonna lurk while I watch Leon S. Kennedy. The S stands for Sexy's Ass and Roundhouse Kick People. Appreciate your face. Thanks for being here. Can't wait till we get to hang again. It's always a pleasure having nights where we just chill and game or chat or whatever. Have a good night. Say hi to the mister for me and catch you on the flippy floppy. A monkey wrench is any of the wrenches with one fixed and one adjustable jaw set at right angles to a straight handle, which is what we have here, I think. I'm not going to go full screen for this, but so we've got the, let me see everything you said. One fixed, so this lip here, these teeth here, this is part of the handle itself, that's fixed. But this guy up here, that one gets moved. Can we move it? Yeah, you can move the top part. So one fixed jaw, one move jaw, this one here that wiggles a little bit. And then the jaws are both set at right angles to the handle. Yeah, so the straight angles here And we should expect the jaws to go this way, and they do. Neat. It is a pipe wrench and a monkey wrench. It's good for pipes. It's good for monkeys. Okay, what are we? Oh God, what are we doing? We're just double checking before we go up to the roof. That we have all the right items. Why can I not grab from here things that I'm clicking from the other side of the room? Try to grab. They're just out of reach. I jump like a gazelle, and still. And by me, I'm narrating as you. Sam is actually not gazelle adjacent for humans. Per the Googly, monkey wrench designed with smooth jaws. This one does not have smooth jaws. Used to turn standard nuts and bolts without damaging their corners, of course. Less what's the word? Coronation? That's not the right term. When you're up crenellation. Right. Top of a castle or castle walls that go up and down and up and down and up and down. You approve of the song? Honestly, like right now, like does Oz like OCT? She does. She likes parody, goofy songs like that. But the tiny loves Tall Warm Glass of Milk. She's asking for it almost every day now. And we're like, Oz thinks it's funny, but me, ugh, it gets to be too much. But I'm glad you approve. I'm glad it resonates with you. That's your tribe. Not that I had any doubts that there was a tribal nation, a communication, a connection, deeper seated sister from another Mr. Vibes. All right. Nothing here seems to be interactive whatsoever. I see little things like there's something on this table. And it just looks like I should be able to deal with that, but I can't. Can't just climb under whatever furniture I want. Wouldn't it be cool if you found that there's a whole cutout underneath the bed? In Mistman or whatever the heck the person's name is that we're playing. I'm just gonna go over there. So curious to know what you got in your bed. Could be. Kuma says it sucks because it's the truth. Do you have I think at one point the song does mention like they could just pop some anti-lactase pills or something, and it's not ideal, but you could do it in a pinch if you still really want to have something super cheesy. It didn't used to be this way. When do you feel like you got intolerant? When did your intolerance rise, if I may ask on stream? You don't have to answer. Anybody, if I ask you questions about who you are, your physicality or your mental bandwidth or whatever on stream, especially if the answer to that involves looping in family members or whatever, it's just user discretion. Figure out how not to do your inner circle wrong. So since your wrench's jaw is serrated, it'd be a pipe wrench. Okay, so monkey does not like serrated. Monkeys don't like teeth. They prefer gumming it, if you know what I mean. Lactate, that's my life right now. Oh no. Honestly, I'm not sure, at least within the last 6 months or so. So pretty recent, yeah. I mean, as I understand it, this doesn't necessarily give you solace because cheese will always be delicious, and I always will want as much as my body could possibly consume of like straight cheese. Only at the Ren Fair. I don't do this kind of stuff at home. God, am I talking in my sleep again? I completely derailed. I don't know if I was saying anything that was cogent to the conversation whatsoever. Fuck. Yeah, my brain is absolutely doing like micro sleeps, and then whatever I said before, I have no idea what came out of my mouth. I was not talking in my sleep. Was I actually cogent? Fuck, that makes it even worse that I can't even remember what the hell I was saying, but it was actually related to the conversation at hand. Evolution. That's where I was going. I do remember where my brain was actually talking, is that like human beings, like almost every mammal, you are born, and because mammals produce milk, you go find mom and you get your sustenance that way because you're not ready for the food at hand. Your big chomping muscles and teeth aren't ready to start munching on grasses if you're a grass eater, or you're not ready to go fetch raw meat if you're a predator or whatever. And it's like you got to do something else to keep you alive in the meantime while you catch up to all your systems. And so mom steps in and is like, hey, from my body, you can extract nutrients while you're still developing after birth. And that system works to some degree. It can be a little uh, harsh for some moms, not necessarily like the best way to have a child develop up, because it can be deleterious to your own health doing it that way, but it could be worse. But for the majority of us that do it, that live life like an evolved human being, at some point we go, okay, milk's done. Now it's time to move on to real food. So your berries, your nuts, your meat that you've captured, everything else that's like standard human diet, your carbs, your highly processed carbs. No, probably not that early on in human civilization. You're ready to start eating anything but what your mom was producing from her body. You just give up on that societally, culturally, but also just biologically. But for a slim percentage of us, especially with a certain skin tone, our ancestors were living in a land that was highly devoid of vitamin D and proper sunlight, and we needed to be able to survive that awful sensation that we get, which is often mental health and emotion related, when you start losing vitamin D, especially if you happen to live with proximity to the Arctic Circle. You had to get it from somewhere, and milk, especially from other animals, was just such a prevalent and dominant resource to sort of hook yourself up with the feel good hormones that the sun wasn't giving you because it's hiding depending on where you set up shop. So being on lactate, having to move away from just consuming cheese and drinking milk and eating ice cream without repercussions, that's pretty normal. It's pretty much almost everybody on the planet. There are really just a contingency of us that we have this weird genetic mutation that's like, hey, you live in frozen wastelands, we'll make it. We'll get you through this. Go live on Svalbard. Go live in North Russia. Go live in Scandinavia. We got a system for you. It comes down to what you can get out of milk, usually from other animals too. It was cogent to the combo. I'm so happy you guys were following along, because when I feel like I'm waking up in the middle of talking, I feel like I lost time, like, and that the last several words that I said must have been gibberish, or my biggest fear, like publicly unacceptable, and we happen to be within earshot or in a public situation. But I guess I'm holding my wits together and I'm not completely falling asleep. It just feels like it sometimes because of my tiredness that, let's say, oh crap, my brain completely short circuited, you guys, and if it's not actually happening, that might just be my fear that's manifesting it. That's even more interesting, I think, almost, because the first time I ever sleep talked, I was so fascinated and fearful at the same time that could happen. I was like, oh, should we incorporate that into the show, or should we use it as like an educational point, or like what do we do with that new ability that we've learned? But I don't think it's particularly. What I think would be really useful is if I start getting actual like good sleep, and let the streams do what the streams got to do. They have to be short. They have to be short in order for me to be a better streamer than the next stream. Especially if I'm doing 4 in a row like I'm doing this week. Thank goodness. I miss it. I miss doing stream after stream after stream without taking big breaks. I do feel like it was only a matter of time, though. My mom was lactose intolerant, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, again, just happens. We generally ought to wean off of milk at an early age. We just found so many delicious ways to keep it in our diet and keep the vitamin D flowing one way or the other. I know she shouldn't have cheese due to certain things within her body, and I'm guessing it doesn't stop her, right? It doesn't stop her. I can drink milk. It's water. Like it's water, and frequently do love that stuff. For a long time, we don't do this anymore with our current household, but for a long time, I used to just be able to fill probably like a 16-ounce or 20-ounce glass with like ice cold water and just give it a huge chug and be done. Just, yes, the bones in my body need this calcium stat. That's why I needed to give this a big chug. And I never had negative repercussions. But most of my family's Finnish. And in Finland, place of bad sun exposure several times during the course of the year, you got to get it fortified through some other means. And dairy really is one of the big gap closers as far as that's concerned. I could drink that. By the way, I love the diagonal stair you built from the spawn to the subway station. Thank you. It's I don't know if I love it. I tried it as a proof of concept, but like it's not my favorite thing. I feel like I could do it better if I tried again. But who's got the time? I mean, I know you do. I just don't. Me, with all the stuff I'm working on, I gave it a shot and it didn't line up quite how I loved it. And I was like, damn, I don't know if I'm ever going to find the time to try to fix this thing. If you can find like a more direct or more pretty way to do it, or I don't know. If you like it the way it is, then maybe I won't touch it. We're talking about the Minecraft server that we run. Yeah. I'm still going milk strong after 47 years. So do you just drink milk all the time? And like, why? Why keep milk around in your diet? It's just because, do you like the taste enough that to you it's a beverage you want to have around all the time? It's completely different from anything else on the server. That's true, I guess. It was a clever way to connect them. I was trying to do like as the crow flies, you know, it was like the subway system in the Nether is going to be the fastest way to get to all of our disparate places. I didn't want it to be a disparate places server, but I'm kind of glad it is because some of y'all have done mega projects. So if you're farther away from folks, that's better. So you have room to do what you want to do. But some folks just built like a small hovel or like one project.
Stop kissing everything.
Twizzlo, hi and welcome. Hi, Raiders. How we all doing tonight? Welcome on in. Let's do a shout out for our raid. Hi and welcome. We were talking about Minecraft stuff, among other things. No, the big topic we're talking about right now, while I'm not playing this old school game that's got me so stymied, is lactose intolerance. Do you have it? Do you care? Do you take lots of meds so you can have all the dairy you want in your life? Do you think it's a good genetic mutation for people that have lactose tolerance as an adult? I have no idea how we got on the topic, but here we are. For those of you that don't know, or you do know, and you just haven't shown her love yet, please, with me, go join. Well, not with me, because I've already done this myself. Please go show some love to Twizzlo's channel. Here's a clip.
The orcs are approaching.
Are they?
Oh my.
Yes.
Oh, okay, thank you. The timing on that was pretty great.
What was that? Wait, what was that chanting? Sounded like some Gregorian little sting there. That was kind of fun. All right, let's switch on back to the game. Yeah. How was stream? Did you know that Twizzlo was playing some Sekiro? Shadows die twice. How are you liking that? I got one buddy who is playing the Sekiro is like it's part of a is that part of a greater franchise or is that a one-off? I'm trying to remember. But yeah, I think if I remember right, that's part of a bigger franchise. Oh, that one's a singular game. Oh, I'm thinking of something different. I know. I remember Shadows Die Twice. Yeah. It's good. Good stuff. That seems like a fun game to stream. When you select the church building in Warcraft, oh, right. God, there was something in my brain that triggered a core memory from so long ago. Plays a little audio clip that sounds like priests chanting. That was a long time ago. It's one of the From Software games like Dark Souls. That's right. That's where I originally knew Sekiro from. But it is not like a Dark Souls game. What makes Sekiro so cool, so different, so much better? For those of you that are joining in for the first time, my name is Damian Holme, variety streamer and breaker of the status quo. We deprogram people from stuck thoughts, belief systems that force you to lose your autonomy and self-definition. And we sometimes play games too. I was recommended by one of our fans to play this Myst adjacent game because they thought it would be great to showcase. It's like a cult classic. It's based off of a graphic novel from like the 1980s. This game's been around for a long time, and it got remade too last year or 2 years ago. I'm not playing the remake. I'm playing the OG. But people love the world of this, and I can't wait to figure out why. Why is this so beloved? So far, I'm not there. So as far as Sekiro goes, the story is very good. Combat's not just face, tank, and dodge. Appreciate that quite a bit, actually. That's more nuanced. You got to slow down and think and block and parry. That sounds up my alley. Yeah, the whole button mashing sort of games, the God of War combat stuff, it's not my cup of tea. If you all who are joining need to take care of yourself, you've come through on a raid and it is time to take something back for yourself. Leave a follow, leave a like, leave a sub, whatever it is that you do to support your favorite content creator who's doing this as a full-time job and trying to raise children on this career path. Do those things. I'm going to punch the microphone so it makes a funny noise. I didn't mean to punch it. And go sleep, go make a sandwich, go take a shower, go do the things that make you feel more human, because if you don't feel human and I don't feel human, we've got a problem. Also, I'm quickly losing my energy reserve, so I sure hope I can make it through this stream tonight. All right. It's got these birds. There's something about them. I think we needed to take note about how they came through. That's 90. Were they at like 93? Does that get used somehow? Do we? Oh, I can't move with my fingers on my left hand cannot move the character. Can we go back in here and see them again? You do see them again. That does feel like 93. I mean, it's kind of like all over the place. There's some on 92 and some on 94. But 93 feels central to some degree. This is a lighthouse. We've been up here before. We picked up an instrument that I don't see now, perhaps. I don't know what the heck this does. Does not obey my directions, that's for sure. I don't want to just keep turning to the right. Hello? Can we talk about stop turning in just one direction? Looks like a cistern with water. Oh. Do I have anything? Can I just punch the water with my weapon? Where's my weapon icon? How dare you not let me smack the water with my sledgehammer? Poop. All right. I don't remember that there's anything necessarily to do here. We could try... if we try the 90s thing where the seagulls were, I feel like maybe we learned something. Have you ever done this? Backtrack through the game again to try to find the one thing you think might help finish the puzzle, even though you have no reason to believe that it's them you're getting the good detail from. Give me your book. Give me your book. He refuses. I'm going to report you to the head minstrel. Can we join him? What? All right. Something involving the birds at a certain angle. I don't necessarily see the ways in which we could be interacting with. Can you just ring this bell even though it's really, really high? Look, it's broken now. Couldn't you walk past him here? Or am I hallucinating? We still have 2 more days of vacation, many of us. Any exciting plans? Well, I click to high heaven to try to figure out where the hell I'm supposed to find things new to make this game work. Making any big plans, going into the big city, getting out of the city. Go find true culture. I don't think I'd want to be at the bottom receiving end of this slide. You get in here, there's like a nice comfy looking bed, but the rest of your time in that bed, if you can even sleep, if you'll call it at all, is waiting for somebody else to slide down here and fall right into the bed too. It looks like that. I know the spiral staircase actually spills out like here instead. But on quick glance, it looks like a slide right onto the bed. There's nothing we can do to click over to get close to that too. There are just certain angles that you don't seem to have control to go toward or away from. Whoa, that was a long loading time. How old is this game? How new is this game? I feel like my computer should be able to keep up better. All right. Do we go down here? I think we were already down here doing these things. We did all the things. Did we solve for all the things? This comes out at the bottom, right? We solved for... We used this... Okay. Nowhere else to go but here. What do I... We've already been here. This did very little for me, I think. I'm not finding the way to progress. Because there's something about the flying machine that we need. It's just not able to start up on its own. We can't take the gas tank with us. We can't move this either. Some things, they're here for the story. I'd argue most of this game is really just here for the story. Take care of what you can. Get the diskette out, please. All right. Give me a load, you beautiful 9mm. All right, mode. I just want you to be a submarine, I guess, to get us out of here. Oh, right, not available. Damn, these all not available. Feel okay. No details. No egg. Do I remember getting something like this? Could we use the coordinates for the birds? Oops. Incoherent. That's not it. Damn. And I'm falling asleep. I'm falling asleep. Fuck. 2 hours, 38 minutes. Do I do a longer stream tomorrow? I don't know if they can hang. We'll save here. How do I back out of how do I back out of this screen? Like that. We can't get out that way. Even though it totally looks like we could. Go to bed? You don't understand, Akumu. I had to cancel 2 streams last week. Both 100%. I'll change it. I can only stream 2 times a week while the kiddos are in school. Otherwise, I slowly kill myself. And you all said that was a bad idea. I think I'm slowly draining my own resources really, really badly. So I reduced my streams down to 2 a week. And then last week, because we had folks in from out of state, and we were entertaining them and doing stuff all weekend long with the kiddos and these out of staters, I could do 0 streams. I canceled 100% of last week's streams. So I said this week, I'm going to do double the amount of streams. I'm going to stream yesterday, and I did. Today, and I'm here right now. Tomorrow and Monday. 4 days in a row, just like old times. I just need to be awake and cogent and connective. I'm aware I saw the announcements. So I can't go to sleep right now. I'm only halfway through this stream. What will you all do if I leave early? I feel like there's something here. There's an egg right here. How do we... This tells me something. Look, elevator. Partway through elevator. Egg. Did we not see this before? I mean, we saw this before. But I forgot that the airplane was saying there's an egg missing. And the code that we don't even know. So this is floor 0. This is floor -1. This is floor -2. This is where I am. I came out of this. So we need to figure out how the hell to make the elevator work in a different way. How was I not able to suss that out last stream? Egg comes down here and then gets loaded up into our little Batmobile. If you need sleep, you need sleep. No one would fault you. You don't know that. Some people would be upset if I go to sleep early. We get egg by going through red door. This room has a halfway point. This elevator has a halfway. How do we halfway the elevator? I can't even... Right there. Right there. Did you see it? Did you see it? There is a halfway. Right there. The elevator pauses ever so slightly. I have no control over my character while we're using the elevator. And it does a little stutter because there's a secret pathway to the egg. How do we get there? Joining you via mobile because Twitch logged me out and won't let me log back in? What the heck, Twitch? Troa, what did you do? How did you make Twitch? Wait, what? I just grab. What is this? What is this thing that I have? Oh, I can't even use it. Does this work for this elevator? I have a thingy. Do I have to use it in here? This new. Is there something I do to the elevator to make it only go halfway? I just picked up something right here. And I feel like if it's close to the elevator, it should affect the elevator in some way. Do we have to? Oh, no. We're not ready to read again. I'm sorry. I've read so much of this already. Please let me get out. Get out. I'm sure it's fascinating. Really, again, how many times did we read this last time? Because I was so super tired. And tonight I feel like I'm even more tired. Please let me out of these. It takes up the whole screen too. You can't get there. Oh man. Oh, it's so much text. Okay. Yeah, I'm starting to do like radio silence too. I'm getting too tired and too weak to continue. My bot logged out. Your bot? And when I tried to log it back in, it forced a password reset. And now everything is broken. That's so dumb. I don't know about you, but well, maybe it's just because I do multi-streaming, but in StreamerBot, I find it can only keep connections to certain platforms for so long. And then it just doesn't. It's incapable after that. Is there anything that this guy works on the outside of the elevator? Trying to reprogram an elevator right now. This doesn't seem to be able to stop midway through. Maybe just take it to the bottom. Wants to stop right there every time. Okay, I'm supposed to be carrying it. Yeah, I don't know. It looked like I was going to use the key in the door, but I was not, after all. We got something for next time. Yeah, if I don't stop now, honestly, we'll save. I don't feel like I can. This requires so much like attention, reading, non-linear thought to try to solve some of these puzzles. You collect stuff and then you kind of have to remember where you are, where you've been, what you've tried, where you haven't. And that's a lot for me at this particular time of my sleep schedule and ability to stay awake and all of this. I really wanted to have a longer stream tonight. We did well with In Stars and Time. I don't know that we really necessarily streamed or got as far as I wanted to get yesterday. Mostly just because we were having good conversation, to be honest. And it seems to be the case with this game too. It's all about the how good the conversation gets. Which I very much appreciate. So yeah, for those of you that are not on the Discord or you joined late or you just can't be ours to listen to me, I am streaming again off schedule. So if you're here listening to this one, this is only true for, if you're listening to this in a timely fashion for this particular week. I will be streaming 2026, May 25th. That is tomorrow. And the next day after that. I will try my best, my darndest, to start right at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, because that's the sweet spot in my schedule, and hopefully in yours too. We're not going to be playing games that I stream on Friday and Saturday. We're going to be doing something different. Reason being is if you're regularly interested in Stars and Time, you only have time to watch streaming on Friday. I would hate to give you another separate day to try to catch up with everything. Or you'd have to watch it as VOD because that my other extra bonus day doesn't work for you. That's not a good idea. It's not polite for you all. Yeah. So I'll see you all in less than 24 hours. If you're on Twitch, we're gonna go find somebody to raid out to. But for everybody else, do please show back up again tomorrow. Please share my socials, everyone, all of the socials. You can find them all at DamienHalme.com. If you go to DamienHalme.com/linktree.html, you're going to find or you can also just get there from DamienHalme.com. You can find all the platforms I sort of regularly haunt and use that to cyberstalk me at your favorite platform. Like, yo, D almost never posts here. He doesn't even have a account here. Or, great, he's posting here all the time and I'm going to support him. Let me know. Help me figure out where you all are for those of you that even use social media. And we'll get more and more content out to you guys and tell 2 people, 10 people, 100 people, 99 regular people, and 1 billionaire. And then, problems are solved if they love us. And of course they will. Billionaires love me. Maybe. Thanks for the stream. Thanks for your consideration. Thanks for your care. Thank you for understanding that if I were to try to continue in this particular game, which is it's a little bit rough, it's a little bit older, it's a little bit janky, and I don't have the dedicated hint crew awake tonight to help me out. Me nodding off in the middle of reading something or finishing an idea and then just blanking out in the middle of the screen, it's probably not a good situation. At least I'm not running into walls like Oz was, but also this game doesn't let you run. So maybe I would be running into walls if I had the opportunity to. All right. Less than 24 hours. We're going to be hanging out again. So don't weep. I'll see you all very soon. We'll get into some deep chats and we're going to be doing something remarkably different from my streaming career so far for reasons. I hope it works out and grows our community even more. So everybody who is not on Twitch, your stream is imminently. Go show me love everywhere else. But for now, if you are safe, fed, and loved, make sure someone out there is too, please. And I'll see you all in the next one very soon. Bye, everybody else. Twitch, hang out because we're going to go find somebody to read out to.